Hi everyone, hope you're all having a really lovely half term in the sunshine and having a little break from your home learning, because I know you've all been very busy. Now, are you ready for the final part of Dread Cat, the story that we started last week? Now we've got to chapter 5, which is called Not So Sure, and if you don't remember, Dread Cat had tricked the mice into thinking that he wasn't going to chase them anymore, when actually, when he gave them a piece of cheese every night, he took the mouse at the end of the line. So he took mouse number 50 and mouse number 49. So let's see if the mice are clever enough to figure out Dread Cat's plan. Now, chapter 5, Not So Sure. Are you ready? And so it went on. Night after night, Dread Cat gobbled up the last mouse on the line. Well, when a fortnight had gone, that's 14 days, the number of mice in the house was down to 36. One of the mice said, "Psst, psst, eek, eek," which means, "Hey, I think there are fewer of us about these days. I mean, I'm sure there was one of us over there under the washing machine. Wasn't there one of us in the cupboard?" And one of the other mice agreed. "Yes, funny that," it said. "I was thinking the same myself. Yes, we're disappearing." And another mouse poked its nose out, and the mouse said, very strange, but it can't be like the way it used to be. You know, when Dread Cat used to chase us. It can't be Dread Cat taking us, because we all know that Dread Cat doesn't chase mice. The war between the cat and mouse is over. Over a diddly over." "Yes, that's right, it can't be Dread Cat," the other mice agreed. But one mouse among them wasn't so sure. "Hey now, folks, hold it there," she said. "I've never heard of a cat that can give up chasing mice once and forever. Maybe for a while it can. Maybe when the humans dish out so much cat food that the cat doesn't come bothering us. But not once and forever. That doesn't sound right to me." So the mice decided to hold a meeting in an hour's time. A meeting for every single mouse in the house. They met under the floorboards, and when they all had gathered together from all different parts of the house, yes, it did look as if there were fewer of them. So how was it happening? Quite a few of them had agreed that somehow or another Dread Cat was getting the better of them. But how? "Has anyone seen Dread Cat chase one of us?" one mouse asked. No one had. "Has anyone seen Dread Cat moving about near us at any other time other than when we filed past him?" No one had. "Has anyone among us just died in our beds, got ill, or had to see the doctor?" No, none of them had. "Well then," this mouse said, "somehow or another, Dread Cat is getting the better of us. He's getting us when we come for the cheese that he's giving us, and we have to find out how." So they sat and they thought and thought and thought and thought. At last one of them said, "I've got it. It's pretty complicated, mind, but listen. Every one of us can see the mouse in front of us, yes? But none of us can see the mouse behind. See what I'm saying here? We can't see the mouse behind." That mouse stopped to think, and then he went on. "So, what we do tonight, let's each one of us make totally sure that there's not only a mouse in front of us, but there's also a mouse behind. Do you get me?" Yes, they all understood. Chapter 6. Are you there? That night, like all the other nights, the mice filed out of their hidey holes and tiny homes. That night, like all the other nights, each mouse took a bit of cheese and said, "Thank you, sir," or "Thank you, Dread Cat." But this night, unlike all the other nights, each mouse looked round and said, "Are you there? Are you there?" And each mouse in front or behind said, "Yes, I'm here, I'm here." No mouse ever lost sight of the mouse in front, and no mouse ever lost sight of the mouse behind. And this night no one whooshed off back to their hidey holes and tiny homes. Instead they gathered together on the side of the wall so that they could keep an eye on Dread Cat. Mouse 33 said, "Thank you, Dread Cat," and whooshed over to join the others. "There you are," one of the mice, who believed in Dread Cat, said. "You see, it's not Dread Cat's fault." Mouse 34 said, "Thank you, Dread Cat," and whooshed over to join the others. "It's looking good," another mouse said. Mouse 35 said, "Thank you, sir." But just as Mouse 35 was about to join the others, she looked round and said, "Are you there, sis?" but Mouse 36 was gone. Help, help, Mouse 35 shouted. She's gone. Mouse 36 has gone. Chapter 7. No more tricks. Mouse 36 is gone, Mouse 35 cried again. And at that, all the mouse came running and rushed towards Dreadcat. Charge! Dreadcat was holding Mouse 36. Dreadcat looked up. Dreadcat saw 35 mice hurtling towards him. Dreadcat dropped Mouse 36. The 35 mice went on hurtling towards Dreadcat, each one ready to bite or nibble a bit of Dreadcat. Enough was enough. They weren't willing to let Dreadcat go on tricking them any more. Dreadcat looked at the onrushing mice with horror on his face. Then he turned and ran. Up onto a windowsill Dreadcat ran, out of the window, across the roof, and he was never seen or heard of ever again. Ever. And that was how the mice saved the life of one mouse to save them all. Now that's the end of the story of Dreadcat, and I'm really, really glad the mice found out Dreadcat's plan and put a stop to it. Now, I hope you enjoyed that story, and I'll see you again next week for another story. Have a lovely week.